seconds, as well as we can get Emmett, and we're getting Emmett as well. So first of all, Eddie, we're gonna go basically wide all the way.
All right.
And there we go. So now, as you can see, Emmett is also on the frame, hooking himself to the mic.
Hooking is a strong term here. Finding a way to make it to click on, yes.
So Eddie, come on, sum it up.
Okay, it was a great weekend. Well, a great week. I've been here since Monday night, but it just was a great weekend. I think everything went really well. The teams played tough today. The third and fourth place game was not so great. I think both the teams weren't that motivated, especially Real Madrid. And I guess it was hard after their defeat to get back into it. But the final was tremendous, and Fenerbahce really dominated. Even though Olympiacos tried, but they just couldn't get up.
And Eddie, you've done so many Final Fours now. The crowd tonight, what was it like for you?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, usually we're used to having the home crowd not as as excited as this one, except when we were in Athens. They were pretty, the Greeks and the Turks, they're probably the loudest that I've been to. And next year in Belgrade we'll see as well, though it'd probably be difficult for one of the local teams to be in that Final Four in Belgrade, but you never know. But this crowd was just tremendous, man. They were making some noise for sure. It's a lot of fun. It's a challenge too, because you're talking and no one can understand what you're saying. So,
Eddie, I gotta say, it is somewhat of a tradition since about a year ago. We've started it with you, with the first pregame ever show coming from the Team Scout page. It's been a year now. What did you think about the new format? How it went for you, coming to this Final Four, knowing that perhaps seriously the best teams have made it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the new format is great. Just having the very best teams and then playing everyone against everyone, that just makes it so much more competitive. In the past, some of the big teams were able to go through the whole season without running into each other now, and here they have to just show what they can do against absolutely everybody in the league. I think it was a good format, and I think the Final Four showed some really high quality play.
I want to say that we want to book you right here, right now, for Belgrade 2018, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
It'd be great if we could have you again.
It'll be great if I'm there. I hope so. I mean, I've been the announcer for 15 Euroleagues Final Fours. 15 Final Fours, and we've
got to get Sweet 16 then out of you. Come on.
Yeah, that's right. It'll be 16 next year. So yeah, I hope to be there, and if I am, I'd love to join you guys again.
So, Guy, this is a statement. First of all, Eddie will be celebrating his Sweet 16 of being the voice of the Final Four.
We all hope for
yes,
sure.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be the same without you, Eddie.
Yeah, well, thank you. This year, though, I was a little bit stifled because, IMG is doing the television production, and they have certain things that they're trying to improve for the announcers that are doing all the different countries. They have lots of them. So they wanted to keep my voice out of it. So I wasn't able to do a lot of the 3 points and things like that. They pretty much limited it to doing just substitutions and fouls.
And the intros, which is a big part with you every year.
Yeah, the intro's the fun, and the fun part, and I love going down onto the court and doing handing the baton over to the next city and doing the awards for different things like the tournament, the kids tournament, the Adidas New Generation tournament. So even though I didn't get to do as much as I usually do during the games, I enjoyed everything just overall.
Well, here, Eddie, I've got to say, it's always a pleasure to have you at the Final Four for us as journalists and fans. So thank you very much again for doing it.
And I just have one small request. Since at Sweet 16 we love you the way you are, if it's possible to give us one big shout out of 3 points.
You mean one of these? 3 points for
Sweet 16.
Yeah, for Sweet 16.
Exactly. Why not? We are 3 here right now, but so we got to say, Eddie, thank you so much for coming back to back. Actually, it will be over. It will be great to have you over again and completing a three-peat.
Yeah.
So then you can shout three-peat.
Three-peat. There you go.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure, guys.
Always a pleasure.
My
man.
pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to be with you, and good luck with the program. And we'll see you soon.
Sure will. All right. So,
All right.
Well, we're going to sign Eddie off, and yes.
Perfect. I can just make the bus.
Absolutely. Because we've got a game to talk about.
Oh, yeah. There was.
Have we got a game to talk about?
We sure do.
Thank you, too, Eddie.
Thank you, Eddie, so much.
Because...
we'll do.
We will.
We'll
This is the thing with the live show. We just tell the guests where they're going to find a link later. But Moshe, so I'm going to give a very quick, 15-second breakdown of what happened in that game. First half, Fener came out like a house on fire. Second quarter, Olympiacos reeled them in. And at halftime, there's that lull. We're all thinking, is it a repeat of Friday against Sheshka for Olympiacos? Second half, Ekpe Udo block party. The threes came raining in. Gigi Dotome stepped up. Perovatic stepped up, having had the Kalinic and Bogdanovic efforts earlier. And Fenerbahce triumphant, dominant, and are clear-cut Euroleague champions of 2017 and the first ever Euroleague champions from Turkey.
Well, it's not just that. I want to say, I want to give a shout out to Coach Zach, Coach Zeljko Obradovic, who's done something truly remarkable. I mean, we're talking about a coach who's got as many titles as one club.
That's the thing. Next year, he's not going. Real Madrid are still going for La Decima,
but he's going for his own La Decima.
He's going for La Zacima. So
that's a thing.
It's a thing now. It's a thing now. La Zacima will be Zeljko Obradovic's 10th title motion, no doubt about it. When he gets it is obviously the question, because we can't really go through the whole season now because we're so exhausted. But let's go through this game. First half motion. I'll ask you about that explosion from Kalinic.
Well, that's exactly what we talked about. We said that Kalinic might and should become one of the guys to step up, but not just. We said that he's going to do his job defensively, which he really did as usual. But we did say that if he can get, if he's able to put some points on the board, it's going to be even better for them because it's going to make all the difference. Because whenever you get points from a guy like that you're not expecting so much to get, that's huge bonus.
Absolutely. And then, of course, there was the other factor. We were seeing Bobby Dixon getting scores, Bogdan Bogdanovic getting scores, but then Bogdan went out on 3 fouls. That looked like to me to be an opportunity for Olympiacos.
And it sure looked like it because, to be honest, at the beginning, Olympiacos were doing exactly what we talked about. They were attacking the pick and roll, 2-on-2 pick and roll situations from the top of the key, whether it was with V-Span or with every other option they had. They were trying to go inside with Milutinov, who did a lot of damage. Cam Birch was the first one to open. To be honest, I was expecting a bit much more muscle, and we got it from Young, who showed that he needs a bit more experience. Could be because he came with too many energies.
But he's definitely getting better.
Oh yeah,
There's
without
no
a doubt.
He's definitely getting, because he even looked better than he did. It's like Friday night, where the first half of him versus the second half of him was a different player. Tonight it looked like a step forward again. It wasn't enough of a step forward, despite Milutinov coming in initially with a really, really heavy, impressive performance because of one man, the unquestioned MVP, and he was the guy I picked as my defensive player of the year, Ekpe Udo. One of the most dominant MVP performances, I will say, over the course of 2 nights of basketball I've ever seen in a Final Four. To me, there was no doubt about the MVP the whole way through this.
Oh, without a doubt. For past years, we were kind of struggling with a decision. Last year it was between Milos Teodosic and Nando De Colo. The year before it was obviously a lot of guys from
Madrid players
they step up big.
I did vote for Andres, but yes, it could have been anyone.
Yeah, the year before it was between Tyrese Rice, Alex Tice, David Blue came enormously big. But that's the thing. This year, you can say it is a team effort because it is the R team. They played as a team. They were fighting in it. And first of all, this is a back-to-back years that we're getting the sweeping team to actually win a title. But for me, it was in the second half that I've noticed what I wrote pretty big, I guess. Udo covers perimeter D.
So on Udo, I talked to him after the game in the mixed zone, and Ekpe is one of the nicest ballers you'll ever meet as well. That's the thing. He's a ferocious monster on the floor, but he's so lovely off it. And he was so happy because there was this element of relief because he knew that back when he was in his NBA days, he wasn't seeing the floor that much. Here in Istanbul, he's not only loved, he is the guy on the floor playing major minutes. And the other one who you didn't catch up with in the mix zone, you met him in the room afterwards, Gigi Dotome. So we can confirm he lost a bet to Perovatic.
Yes.
And that's why he got his hair cut. Ekpe said he reckons his hair is short enough, he doesn't need Pero to go near it. Gigi, he was delighted though.
I talked to him about it. He also confirmed the bet thing, obviously. But one thing that stepped out, that was very noticeable was the new haircut. I asked Gigi, do you like it? So it was he gave me a hell no, pretty much. So I asked him, do you think that, Pero can do some other things? He said, well, I have to fix this haircut because Pero is it was more of a butcher haircut than it was anything else.
And before we continue with this, just want to give a quick shout out for the ANGT winners, CFBB Paris, because great to see that academy with ethos coming through and winning a youth tournament. But back to this game, Moshe. We've mentioned the MVP, we've mentioned,
Kalinic also, obviously.
What went wrong for Olympiacos?
Well, to be honest, I think they kind of got stuck because it was pretty much the same strategy that killed Panathinaikos a few weeks ago. Like you had Udo covering the perimeter, then Vasilis moving to the left, moving to the right. Whenever someone tried to penetrate on him, gets blocked, and it was pretty much all she wrote. Obviously, when you're getting so intense on D and things are working for you, you're getting the momentum, and shots are starting to drop in, and pretty much that it is what it is. Now, guys, to be honest, we would love to give you a full summary of this entire season. This is something we will do from various locations as we
when we eventually work out when we're doing our next episode, our next and last episode of the season.
Exactly.
We have no idea when we're doing it yet because we haven't spoken to Aris. And by the way, big shout out to
Mete
Budak from Eurohoops Turkey and Aris, obviously from Eurohoops, Aris Barkas. Aris has been with us through all the season. Mete was with us all this weekend. Like tremendous help from them and the entire Eurohoops team. Thank you so much for that. But also thank you to you, our viewers and our listeners in the podcast version.
To Euroleague Fans United.
Euroleague Fans United. To all of you guys who show us that support. Like we do it because you want us to do it, basically. You know, we enjoy it, and it's that feedback we get from all of you. So we will be back before this isn't our season-ending episode, thankfully. Because I'd rather we didn't finish this excited, to be honest about it. I'd rather we finish with me falling out of bed like is tradition on Sweet 16.
Exactly.
But you know, from Istanbul, for Mete Budak, who isn't here with us right now, from our
the entire Eurohoops team, Nikos Varlas
is behind the scenes to help. He does his great. Antti Zakari, who's also wonderful to us as well. George Orphanakis and all the guys. Like you know, who's just a big supporter of us online. George, to be honest. And you know, well, he is. And also to our friends in Euroleague Adventures who gave us so much support during the year and retweeting the podcast a lot and like sharing it back. Thanks to them. We're going to go probably hug them now because I know at least one guy with them is a very, very happy Fenner fan. But for Sweet 16, I'm Matt Ryan from Ball in Europe.
Moshe from Team Scout, and obviously in the name of Eurohoops and everyone else, guys, we want to say again, thank you so much for spreading the love, sharing it. Thank you so much for the Euroleague, obviously for Euroleague, for allowing all this to happen.
And it's been a wild week, and I'll be honest, I'm going to find Eurobasket more relaxing.
Could be, but for me, the intensity starts right now because the title defense for Fenner, or the journey for newly crowned champs, begins pretty much
tomorrow.
Yes, tonight, now.
No, the party tonight.
Okay, tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Once the hangover's gone.
Okay.
Good night.
Good night from Istanbul.
From Istanbul. Oh, and thanks to Eddie Vidal as well.
Oh, we got. Okay, guys. So basically, Emmett's gonna give a surprise, and we are off.